Hi everybody, this is Pat in the paper closet. Back today, we're going to finish up the cover of the Whimsical Junk Journal. We're going to cover the front and we're going to cover the inside. I think I'll do the inside first, but this is the paper I chose for the front. I'm going to leave like a 1/2 inch border all around it, front, and then we'll cut it. We'll have the other piece on the back. It'll be the same. Well, almost the same, little different colors. So that'll be the front, and then on the inside, this is my signature. Let me take that out. We're gonna do this orange, because I think it'll go well with the colors I have here. There's some orange. This is the front page, the first. So I think the orange will go well, and we'll cover the entire inside of the inside cover. So that'll work out good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure this inside piece so I can get the right size. I could give you a number, but yours isn't going to be the same as mine. So now I want it to come just inside this 1-inch piece that we glued on here. So that's 5 1/2 plus about 1/8. So I'm going to make this 5 and, let me get it right to the edge, 5 5/8. That's the width. And the height is going to be 9 5/8. That'll work out. We can always trim off anything hanging over the edge. So 5 5/8 wide by 9 5/8 high. Okay, get out my paper trimmer. So we have to cut it this way because we need 9 5/8. And this way would only be 8 1/2. So we're cutting this way. We want this 5 5/8 wide. So I'm going to line it up on the 5. Where is it? 4, 5 5/8. It's right there. Let's get it straight. And trim that off. Okay, that's our width. 5 5/8 by, I said 9 5/8, I believe. 9 5/8 is right there on my little extension. Let me move this so you can see where I'm measuring. 9 1/2, 9 5/8, right there. Okay, line it up at the top. Make sure it's straight. Well, it doesn't look straight, does it? That looks a little better. 9 5/8. And I'm not going to cut the second piece because that might not be the same measurement. I don't want to take that chance. Okay. And that looks end to end, it's very good. And then side to side. Yes, now we want to cover up the whole cover. I'm going to put glue on the back of this. Let me get my paper cutter out of here. Okay, this is the inside string. Okay, I'm going to cover this with glue. Now, not too much, but enough that the whole thing will stick down. You know what I mean by that. We don't want it very thick glue, but we want it full coverage. I'm covering the edges. Corners. Close to the edges I can get, because we don't want the edges coming up. Corner. The edge. Corner. And this last row here. Okay, now I'm just going to put some glue on the entire inside. Not too thick, but full coverage. So we're just about covering up all the area. Okay, that seems to be good. Okay, now to line this up, I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to line it up with this edge in the top. I'm not pressing down yet. And this complete edge. Now you have wet glue, so you can move it around a little bit while it's wet. And to the bottom. Let's see, anything hanging over? No, very good. Looks like it fits well. So now I'm going to take my bone folder, holding the paper still, because don't forget it's going to slide around a little, as it just did. Okay. I'm going to start spreading out the glue all the way to the edges in both directions. Top, bottom. I'll wipe up a little bit of glue here. I don't want glue on top of my paper. I'm going to continue spreading this out. I feel like it's sticking down, which I think it is. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to wet this up in case there's any glue here. I'm going to press it from the back side. I want to get that glue well spread out both ways. The up and down along the edge. Okay. Okay, it feels a little ripply, but when it dries it will flatten out. Wipe it up. Okay, that's one side. Now I'm going to measure the other side. So this looks loose, so I'm going to press it. We want this edge really glued down. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to measure this one. Again, I want to be inside this strip that we added. So I think I'll go with the same size as before. 5 5/8 by 9 5/8. That'll fit well. You never know, because sometimes when you fold, the edges move in a little bit further, but they came out well. That's a good fit. Okay, so 5 5/8 by 9 5/8. I'm going to cut this strip. Again, we're going to cut the long way. Whoops, backwards. I almost did it again. Caught myself. Okay, I'm going to cut the long ways because we need the 9 5/8. So, this cut will be at 5 5/8. 5 5/8. Trying to see that it's straight. That's that piece. Now we need 9 5/8. 9 and 5. Excuse me. Allergies are really getting bad this year. Never had allergies until last year. Now there's so much pollen. Okay, that doesn't quite look straight, does it? 9 and 5/8. I think it's my little arm here. I think it's gotten loose. So I'm gonna go by this guide up here. Make sure my paper's straight. Alright, that's 9 and 5/8. Get this piece out here. Okay, we have a cut. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue on the back on the whole thing. Let's check that it's going to fit first. Looks pretty good fit. Yes. Alright. Good on the first try. Alright, let's glue it up. Same thing as before. All around the edges. Not too thick, but full coverage. I think you know what I mean by that. You don't want a big high amount of glue, but you want it to cover the entire area. You don't want too much oozing out of it. On this side. My camera, hope so. Okay, I'm going along the side, this long edge. Making sure I have glue on the whole thing. In the corner. Now the last little edge. I'm barely squeezing the glue bottle, so I'm not getting a lot coming out. Okay, now we're going to fill in the center. Again, not too thick, but full coverage. So we don't have any bubbles in the middle. Like where it didn't stick down, that would leave like a bubble. So you want to get full coverage. Okay, looks good. Okay, now again I'm going to turn it this way so I can line it up along this edge. Don't press it down yet, just lean it on there. Line up that side. Give it a slight little press. Top looks good. I think this piece is going to be over a little bit. No, it's not noticeable from the front. Okay, that's good. Give it a slight press. Now remember, it's going to slide around like it just did. Okay, now we're going to press it down with the bone folder. Spread out the glue. Oof. See, I barely put any glue and it's still oozing out. That's why you have to have a paper towel or a napkin handy. You don't want the glue all over the place. Okay. Keep spreading in both directions. Some glue oozing out here. Not too much, but wipe up your glue. Okay, we're going to turn it over. Spread it out. You may need a little trim right here. But that's not much. We to do it with a scissor. Still spreading out the glue. I'm gonna make sure it's even and flat, not bumpy. Okay. Come back to the inside. And it's looking very good. And we don't have to worry about folding it because this doesn't go over the center line. This is just on the inside. That's why we do two pieces. If we had done one piece, we would have had to worry about the center buckling up. But we've already covered the center. Just want to make sure it's still folding properly. I'm not pressing it too hard, but giving it a fold. Very good. And when that dries, it's really going to be nice and thick. Plus, we're going to put this paper on the outside. My camera just stopped. I hope it's still going. No, I don't see anything moving. Should I stop or continue? I don't know. I don't see any movement on my camera, on my screen. Oh, now it's back. Oh boy. We'll see how this video comes out. Okay, this is the side I want on the front. So this one I'm going to cut first. Now this one I want to leave about 1/2 inch. I said around the whole edge. Now measure it good. Upside down, right? Yeah. Alright. Yeah. So that's about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to make this 5. That would be 5 inches. By 8 and let's see, make it 8.5. So 5 by 8.5 will be our first piece. Okay, I'm gonna get my paper cutter. We have 8.5 on height on this one, this way, so that'll work out. So we need to cut this at 5 inches wide. So I'm lining it up on the 5-inch line, using my top guide to hold it straight. And let me move this down so you can see. Hopefully the camera's still going. Okay, 5 by 8.5. And I think I'll just cut this other piece to match. We already have our 8.5, so I'm going to cut this by 5. Just getting it straight. Okay, so that's our two pieces, the front and the back. They should be the same. Yes. So this is going to be our first piece. This is going to be the front. Let me get this out of here. And I don't quite have a 1/2 inch all around, do I? Let me see. Yeah, this fits better on here. And then we'll work with the back. That's about how I want it. So it'll fit fine. So I'm going to glue this whole thing. Same as before. Whoops. Where is it? There it is. Okay, all around the edge. In the corner. This one. Not too much this side. In the corner and on this last edge. Okay, now we're going to fill it in. Not entirely full, but that would be impossible. Maybe if you wanted to brush on your glue, it would work that way. But I don't think that's necessary. This works fine. Okay. Now, I'm going to get the bottom where I want it and try to get the sides straight. I want about a ½ inch all around. I think I'm going to pull this up just a little bit. Okay, that's where I want it. Wipe it up, because glue is going to squish out. And we don't want it all around the edges. We only want it underneath. Take the bone folder, spread out the glue. All directions. Okay. Looks very well. Clean it up. And that'll be the front. So once this dries, this is going to be a very sturdy cover. It's got 1, 2, 3 layers of cardstock, right? Yes. With 2 layers of glue in between. So it's going to be nice and sturdy. Okay, and all I have to do is glue on the back piece. Check the fit. This one is not going to quite have a ½ inch all around. I think I'm going to trim it a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off the edge of this, and then I'll glue it on. And I'll come back in the next video. It'll be all dry and hard. I'll show you how hard it gets. And then we'll sew in the signature. So we'll have our completed cover. Seem nice and straight. Holding well. Paper's not puckered. We've spread out our glue. Looks very well. Okay, so thank you for coming. I hope you liked this video. If you like it, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe and the bell, and you'll be notified when the next video is up, when we will sew in our signature. And then we'll be ready to decorate. Okay, so thank you for coming. I'll see you soon. Bye.